quand même les combats un peu rapprochés. Dégage. Qui s'appelle avoir du plomb dans la tête. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Que dalle. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Charge-toi, petite texture. Je veux pas. T'as dit quoi, toi? Ça va, je peux prendre ça pour descendre quand même. Ah là là, vivement la PS4, hein. C'est un peu être un peu limite la PS3.
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. It turned out that they had me. Take him out! I'm sending you to hell! The Daltons had played me like a fiddle. Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a fight.
Did you hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
You're
what
talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think they'll leave you float.
So anyway...
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
Oh, God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. I was coughing up smoke and pretty damn pissed. I was done playing games with those boys. It was time to settle this once and for all.
Hey, go. Ça c'est bon ça. Voilà, tenez l'enculé. Désolé. Voilà toi. Toi aussi. Toi aussi. Toi aussi. Toi aussi. Toi aussi. Comment crevez tous. Crevez tous. Crève. Crève. Oh, il a des lézards carrément. Un de moins, deux de moins, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ça c'est les bons petits moments, vous voyez. Vous pouvez bien vous venger de la poursuite pendant des mois et des mois et des mois. Allez, crève.
About to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side.
Un duel 2 contre 1, ça c'est beau ça.
Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Pas s'il faut se la jouer loyal avec eux. Hein. Ouais, ok. Putain, je vais les fumer, je vais les éclater, je vais. Putain, c'est pas facile ces duels. On va tuer lui. Oh non, je les avais tués mais il m'a tiré dessus quand même. Oh le chien. Bon allez on retente une fois la loyale sinon. Tant pis je les allume avant même qu'ils tirent. Pas tous ces Dalton on s'en bat les couilles. C'est pas comme s'il y avait des témoins en plus. Reste là, reste ta main, garde ta main à côté quoi. Genre que le cache va me mettre la balle dans la tête. Putain mais il m'a cassé les couilles celui de droite là, c'est lui que je vais tuer en premier en fait. Putain. Ouais je m'en bats les couilles, j'ai tué comme ça, tu sais quoi. Allez hop, on va y aller. Putain, j'ai pas envie de les tuer à déloyer là, ça me gave. Oui, il décale sa main, cet enculé là aussi. Allez hop.
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers. My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told. It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch. I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn
Putain, ils ont
Mountains.
tué mes frères, ces deux bâtards.
Led by Butch
Il m'en reste
Cassidy,
plus qu'un à buter
they
alors.
were a loose
Chiens.
association of outlaws who robbed banks
Tout ça
and
pour du
trains
fric,
from
hein.
Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
On va prendre ça, comme ça va nous donner des indications. Je sais pas comment ça marche, mais...
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and
putain,
by
enfin.
God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
Ah ouais, bah il s'est bien arrêté, hein.
Well, I assumed
Oh,
the
c'est
Wild
quoi,
Bunch
c'est le
was
train?
likely
Non, c'est
in
pas
the
le train,
still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to
allez.
my brothers.
Ah si, attends. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est le train. Ok, ils sont pas cons des fois.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say?
Je crois que je suis pour rigoler, moi.
Way off unscathed, I came upon the
Rigole plus,
members
maintenant.
of the gang and had no
Fini, ça.
choice but to dispatch them.
Toi, ta gueule, toi.
From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But
Pourquoi
first,
tu es chaud, c'est
I would
dommage.
need to get my ass out of there.
Je sais même pas si c'est là, il faut que j'aille. Ouais, c'est là. Dégage, allez. Ouais, c'est bon ça. Là, ça va être bon à la fin. Fight. Tout dans la gueule.
Found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados.
Et ton pote, hein. Carrément, l'autre, c'est un bouclier, mais en fait.
Any way I could, I made my way toward
Merci, mec. Hein. Attends, on va aller où là?
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I
Il est votre
recall.
boss, bande de bâtards.
There were no passengers
Tiens,
aboard that
c'est pas l'avoir prendre dans la tête. Dégage. Après, je vais aller comme vous là. Là, je suis pas.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death.
Là.
Odds were I was likely to
Dégage,
die
toi,
that
c'est
day anyway. So I was
Allez,
determined
il y a la
to
tête
take
dans le
down
truc,
as
c'est pas beau,
many
ça?
of those bastards as I could.
Moi j'ai magnifique. Putain, casse-toi, toi, on est en train d'observer là. Allez, ça. Oh oui. Ah oui. Non, je suis pas pédé, les gars. Ça va être mieux que ce soit une fille, mais bon. Après tant de mois sans le faire, on fait avec n'importe quoi.
Kill you with either hand.
Bien sûr, ça me fait fort, Ah. Tous les coups faux. Ah non, pas ça. Ah, bah faut aller là. J'ai pas le temps, je t'ai dit de rigoler, il me semble, non? C'est dit quoi? J'ai pas le temps.
C'est
quoi, vous pas, mais hop. Oh là, oh là, oh là, oh là, oh là. C'était une bonne idée. Une pépite de vérité est proche. Non, c'est vrai? fasse quoi? Faut que je saute là? Non, je pense pas. Faut que j'aille là-bas. Maintenir petit.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
Like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about. Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Ah, ça va. Je croyais que j'allais voir tuer tout le monde. Tiens, crosse dans la bouche. Carabinier, qu'est-ce qu'il fait le carabinier là? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait lui? Il a peur, une pépite de vérité. Non, je suis trop bien, il me semble. On va te faire foutre, hein. J'ai pas le temps là, je chasse. Ça va, on a compris quand même. Je sais pas quoi il faut que j'aille carrément. Oh. Ah mais forcément on va enculer. Oh là, oh là.
My guess is those time novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they?
Oh, c'est bon ça.
Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I
Allez,
was
on retrouve les alliés. Juste. Hop, on va prendre ça. Ça c'est quoi ça? Zoom supplémentaire en visant. Et trappeur, ça fait quoi en fait? Résistance au combat rapproché sans être à l'épreuve des balles. Combo plus élevé en concentration. Vous êtes vigilant au combo. Peut être pas mal, mais bon. On va prendre plus de munitions, ça sera mieux. Ah oui, venez vous suicider. C'est tellement intelligent. Je dois affronter un homme avec une sulfateuse. Allez les gars. On va où là-dedans là? Je peux te crever quand même, hein. Je chauffe à la petite, hein. Oh là là, c'est bon ça. Ça c'est le jeu comme je les aime ça. Ça pète dans tous les sens. Oh, tu vois.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nose Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang.
La plus fine gâchette.
Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Putain, j'ai tiré à côté comme un connard. 2 fois je tire à côté en plus.